At our Christmas dinner, my sister slapped my baby. She said I was overreacting. Everyone just sat there. You know, there are moments in life that just shatter everything you thought you knew. For me, that moment came last Christmas, when my own sister Vanessa slapped my 6-month-old baby right across the face, and nobody, not a single soul in my entire family, dared to move. They just sat there, frozen, like it was perfectly normal. But my husband, David, a military commander, slowly rose from his chair, and what happened next changed absolutely everything. Just 3 days later, a discovery rocked my world, making me realize this wasn't just about one horrific slap. This was about 28 years of me being utterly invisible in my own family. The Sterling family Christmas dinner? Oh, that had always been Vanessa's show, and December 23rd was no exception. She rolled in 2 hours late in her pristine white Tesla, lugging in ring lights and a full camera crew. Her mission? To document her authentic family Christmas experience for her lifestyle blog. I remember standing in the kitchen doorway, gently bouncing Lucas, my 6-month-old, who was fussing after his afternoon nap, watching my mother, Patricia, practically dismantle our dining room to fit Vanessa's elaborate filming setup. The house smelled of cinnamon and roasted turkey, a comforting aroma that couldn't quite mask the familiar tension that always came with a Sterling family gathering. My father, Robert, was in his usual corner chair, scrolling through his phone, perfecting that art of selective blindness he'd mastered over the years, especially when it came to the perpetual drama between his daughters. Vanessa had been hyping this dinner for weeks online, calling it her family gratitude special, promising her followers an intimate look at holiday tradition. What she conveniently forgot to mention was that David had just returned from a grueling 6-month overseas deployment, or that we'd driven 3 hours from Cedar Falls specifically to introduce our son to his grandparents for the very first time. None of that, of course, fit into Vanessa's carefully curated narrative. David emerged from the guest bedroom, where he'd been changing Lucas's diaper, looking incredibly sharp in his dress uniform. Even off duty, he carried that quiet, undeniable authority that comes from years of leading soldiers. He caught my eye across the room and gave me one of those small, reassuring smiles that, for me, meant everything would be okay, even when I wasn't so sure it would be. The dining room had been transformed. It looked like a page out of a glossy magazine. Vanessa had moved Grandma Eleanor's antique candlesticks, the family photos were repositioned for better angles, and even the napkins were swapped for ones that photographed better under her studio lights. She barked orders at her cameraman like she was directing a commercial, which, let's be honest, she pretty much was. My mom, Patricia, fussed around her eldest daughter, adjusting and readjusting everything to meet Vanessa's exacting standards. The turkey, meant to be served at the perfect temperature, was now under heat lamps, just for its appearance on camera. Side dishes were rearranged 3 times. Even the flowers were replaced with some expensive, more photogenic arrangement Vanessa had flown in from Portland. I'd learned a long time ago not to comment on any of this. In my younger days, I'd made the mistake of pointing out the absurdity, only to be met with lectures about supporting family and understanding that some people have bigger dreams. The implication was always painfully clear. I was small-minded, jealous, threatened by Vanessa's vision. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.